This is Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. What's happening? What's up? What's up? Yo, check it out. It's another day, another wonderful day to be alive, to be functioning, to be doing something with your time and your energy as I am. And I want to reveal something to my audience that I want y'all to take very seriously. I was today years old when I realized that they have this thing, which I've seen the button in YouTube Studio, which is the creator app where you can look and see your statistics and analyze how you're growing or not growing or where you need to improve or what you could change and blah, 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 right? And there's a thing called community. Now, I always thought that just meant, because when you click it, it usually just shows you where people have made comments. So the way I got mine set up is we are a zero tolerance. I repeat, zero tolerance for any trolls type of that's the kind of content I do. I refuse. I don't play with trolls. I don't think it's cute for people to get in the comments and say crazy, outlandish stuff. No, none of that. We don't do none of that, because even if somebody thinks they mean well and are being playful, if you say the wrong words with the wrong combination or whatever, you generally risking your health straight up. It's just not the play. You don't do that. It's not the way I was raised. It's not the way I'm gonna be online. I don't give a damn that this is this made up, fabricated reality that people think, well, online is different. You can just be whatever. No, you can't. You're a breathing human being using technology to express yourself. You express yourself wrongly, you can pay the consequences. That's life. That's on all of us. I mean, for real, for real. So we have zero tolerance for that. So I don't usually allow comments. Even when I'm live, I make it where you have to be a subscriber to even say anything. And some people go out their way, wait the amount of time to be a subscriber just to still say something stupid. Wow, some people literally have no life. But, for the most part, I want to say with pride that about 90-something% of y'all come correct, and I appreciate you. So here's what I decided to do on behalf of that, because I realized, like I said, I was today years old when I realized what you can really do with that community section of your app. It doesn't just allow me to, post, because okay, so when you so you got different types of content. You got what I'm doing right now. You got lives, you got shorts, you got long content, which is typically all the edited videos that people do, whether they could be 5 seconds, but if you post it as a post, as a video versus a short, then it's gonna be longer. Oh boy, this isn't good. I'm waiting on an order, so somebody coming up here with no stuff. So okay, maybe I gotta drive up. Okay, gotcha. It's too much stuff. You need you to roll up. I mean, it's a big order. Damn. Okay, it's all good. Ain't the first. Anyway, but basically, you got long, short, live, and post. I see people using post, but I didn't realize how powerful it really is till today. It's not just that you can use post, which I have done. I've done post, and post is just a picture. It's just like using YouTube, like threads on Instagram, or I guess I don't even understand why they have threads. Like, somebody tell me if you know what makes threads so much different than the other Instagram. It's like same damn thing. It's just smaller pictures. Like, I don't even know. Anyway. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. We back in. So, got this order I gotta deliver, so we got plenty of time to chit chat. Plenty of time. So I wanted to tell y'all this. So what I was saying about post, not only can we post, of course, but you, as a subscriber, we leave you the option of, if you have a business, if you have a real cool, if you're a YouTuber, you know what I'm saying, and any of your content fits the kind of stuff we're doing, we can repost your stuff, and you'd start the process. Okay, you just say, go to community, you want to repost something, you put it in. Whether or not we choose to verify it or not is whether it will be posted. So don't get crazy and don't be sending us no weirdness, because it will never see the light of day. If once we vet it, we don't like it, we think it's foul, we got some weird stuff in it, you got some hate message, you got something that's disrespectful to women, to children, anything like that, you done. you're done. And when I say done, I mean you're gonna get blocked and dismissed. Because like I said again, zero tolerance for any type of trolling. But if your stuff is cool, it fits into what stuff we do. I mean, you know, we do PG-13 to R-related content. So I always say, but just make sure your stuff is labeled properly for the age and all that too. You know, don't have nothing that you doing a review of Mortal Kombat, but you left it open and said it was for kids. It's not for kids. That's Mortal Kombat, damn it. Mortal Kombat will never be for kids. It was never intended to be for kids. It is not for kids. You know what I'm saying? If you own some weird shit like that, then this ain't your place. Don't even bring it over here, right? But if you understand basic common sense and you understand from looking at our page and I mean, really, I'm over explaining this because quite frankly, the only people who gonna ever stuff gonna get seen is people who already understand. They already the real fans. They the real monetization nation. The people who've already subscribed. I don't have to beg them to subscribe. They already subscribe. I don't have to beg them to support. They already support. I don't have to beg them to hit a like button on every time they watch a video. They already do that. So y'all know who you are and you're welcome. Okay, I'm saying if you guys and it's so broad because we do multi-niche content. This is a great, and I repeat, great opportunity. I haven't even gotten the word fully out to all my friends yet, but I gotta let them know, like I got a lot of gamer friends that they do go live, but they don't have the amount of people we have. You know, they haven't reached that 1,000 at least in the process towards AdSense to get monetized. So, you know, they dibble and dabble here, but they big elsewhere. Like I got one homie, he's doing this thing on TikTok. He always talking about TikTok. I tell him, yeah, TikTok is cool. And he's always trying to convince me to get on TikTok. I'm like, I'm on TikTok. And like, but he means like regularly posting. I'm like, I don't really like TikTok like that. We all got a choice about what works for us and what, you know, apps are designed by human beings. And at the end of the day, these different groups of people that get together and make an app, they think a certain way. And if you think a way that just doesn't go in harmony as much with my harmony, then I'm not going to use that thing as much. You know what I mean? It's just that, it's as simple as that. Like, as simple as that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be aligned with something that doesn't align with me. I'm not trying to force it. If there's chemistry, there's chemistry. That's any type of relationship, right? Intimate relationship, romantic relationship. So, yo, you can't force, you can't make magic. It either is or it ain't. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying we do have a TikTok page. But in my experience with TikTok, yes, you do get more reaction to your videos and posts. You get more real numbers, and I like that. I like the reality of when you look up a hashtag on there, something that you know should have millions or billions of people have used it, they got it because they're hip to the hip. You know, they're more in tune with what's cool, especially, let's face it, Black American culture. We run the whole cool factor of the whole world. We make everything cool. Anything we've ever said in all the various cultures, like I say here, we do it for the cultures, not for the culture, because there's no one. All right, there's no mono anything. It's like there's so many different ways to be whatever you are, right? But they seem to have studied that really well, because you'll look up certain, and it'll be spelled the way we spell stuff, you know, phonetically and with Ebonics. I'd be like, yo, okay. Like if you say chilling with no G, it's there. Billion posts. You know, it's none of that. You have to spell it with formal English BS. Like, this is social media, man. Talk the way people talk so you can get the results you want. People are trying to find stuff that they can relate to, and the only way they're going to relate is if you're in tune with the cultures. So, that's my thing. I will give credit to TikTok. They do that well. But what they fail at, in my opinion, is actual monetization driving. Like people talk about, oh, you can get so much money off of TikTok. Yeah, okay. If everybody who I ever hear say that, what I've learned is they're willing to do that super cheesy, dumbed down, over the top, obnoxious, consonant, freaking Drewski, and it's not a total diss to either of them cats. If I ever meet, especially Drewski being from Atlanta, I'd love to meet him because I'd tell him to his face, I'd be like, young buck, man, what the hell? You know, and I know he'd just be laughing because I know how silly he is. But I'm saying he's a funny dude. But I think they go too far with pushing the obnoxious levels of the way they do their stuff. But that's just me over here. And even though I know what I'm saying is true, that it won't last the test of time. They will not be near me. I'm about to be 50. I promise you, Drewski, if he lives to be 50, he ain't gonna be doing comedy that sound and act the way he doing it now. It's got to die. You can't stay that silly forever. It's just, there gotta be some maturity about it. So, but people who are willing to do that type of stuff, Yeah, numbers soar through the roof because people like some old stupid fluff that they ain't got to think, you know? Same thing with, we know with sensuality and anything that pushes over sexualization. Now, I'm not about to be a hypocrite and say I don't love looking at hot women online. I absolutely adore it. Shit. I started a whole page on Instagram, ONYXCON Hotties, HOTTIEZ. But the difference in the way I design ONYXCON Hotties is it's not just a bunch of twerk videos. I didn't say there are none. Yeah, we got that, but that's not all you're going to find there. I'm not only focused on a woman turning around and showing me her backside. Yeah, I love a booty on a, love it. Love a beautiful butt. All that. And it ain't even got to be that big. Little booties count too. Little boobies count too. Ladies, you're all welcome. All ethnicities. But I'm not going to subjugate you to just being in one little, if you can't fit this mold, you ain't fine. Like, or you're not a 10 and all these other goofy ass things I hear folk always saying, these numbers and stuff they put on stuff. Who made this number system? That's what I want to know. And acted like everybody got the same memo, like, well, we've all agreed consciously as all men around the world that this is a 10 and this is a 9. And says who? Whose book is the universal book of everybody's attraction levels? Hell no. So no, we're the kind of page, like if you look at ONYXCON Hotties, you'll see the difference. You'll see a variety. You're going to see some familiarity too, but you will see a variety. And most importantly, you're going to see highlights of these ladies' talents, not just because of how they look, but what they can do. What, folks who draw, paint, sculpt, do poetry, makeup, hair, all these are arts. These are all arts. You feel me? Dance, etc., cooks, master business folks, theologians, historians, all that's there. All of that's there. That's how we roll. That's how we do. So again, even if some of that strikes a chord with you and you're a YouTuber and you're like, man, I can't find my tribe because these folk want me to dumb it down. You ain't got to dumb it down over here, not at ONYXCON. No, matter of fact, raise it on up. Keep it sexy and also intelligent. Edutainment. Edutainment. Did you hear me? Okay, you heard me. Edutainment. That's what we doing, y'all. That's what we about. That's what we about. And so I need y'all to, if you, like I say, if you're first a subscriber, that's the first step. Secondly, I need you to just be considerate of whatever you post and make sure it fits in. Like I said, you got a lot of options. So it ain't like, for the amount of multi-niche, all the niches we cover, there's too much territory to cover for you to be like, man, I don't know if I could post on ONYXCON. Are you a subscriber? Yes. Okay, you can. What else is your problem? Well, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm a skateboarder and I don't see y'all put up no stuff about skate. That works. That's cool. You know why? Why? First of all, skateboarding is cool as hell. Second of all, even though I haven't posted a lot about it, but I have, it is totally in line. The cultures of skateboarding are totally in line with a zillion things we cover here, from comic books to the gaming to the movies. What do all the boards have on them? They got all this amazing art that reflects all of those different things I just said. The top skateboarders in the world and everybody, they always have names that sound like comic book superheroes, villains, whatever you want to say. They always have that energy. It's hip hop at the end of the day. It's tied in with hip hop. It's tied in with graffiti. Of course, that's hip hop. It's tied in with all these things. Everything's linked. I always say for the cultures, where they intersect, they intersect. And no, I'm not saying, you gotta, if you got a post and you put rock music behind it instead of some hip hop, it ain't gonna get posted. No, cool. It just depends on what they're saying, what they're talking about. Simple and plain. It's cool. So this is your opportunity to become a part of ONYXCON, not just be watching the content, but be the content with us. Join the community today. This is what we're gonna start doing here. Every page has a community, and like I said, I just didn't really fully use it properly until today. I realized what I could be doing with it, but it's okay. We woke now, true woke, as the word goes, not the BS version that folk done messed up in the last 5, 10, 15 years. No, we're not doing that. We're doing the original woke, the one black folk created, to speak of being aware, staying safe, being conscious, having information. And that's what we want you to do. Join the community and share information. You got something cool, your page is lit, you got some stuff that we would love, run it by us. And when you run it, it's simple. How do you run it by? Post. Now, if it get reposted, we liked it. If it don't, something didn't fit. And if you get blocked, you full of, you see how that go? Yeah. For real though. Yeah, yeah. If you get blocked, you just let us know you're an asshole and we didn't even want to deal with you. Because I know there's gonna be some people like that. There's some goofies that they literally live to get wow. Who else about to say something? I need to chill out. There's some folks out here. They literally live for drama. They think they ready too, and they not. Because they ain't never really been through nothing. Not for real, for real. I don't care how much they already been through. Obviously not enough for them to realize that's not the meaning of life. Being an asswipe and being, trifling, and that's not the meaning of life. It's not conducive to living a long life. But people who get it and understand the rules, like I say, you ain't got nothing to worry about, and I hope there's not nobody out there saying, I don't know if I'm good enough to be, try, push, post. All you can do is put it in and see if we like it. If we like it, it will get reposted. It's only gonna be something that might get noticed for a week, because you know how it goes on social media. It's like the feed keeps updating. So it will forever be there, but it may or may not get seen even after being posted. You gotta hope that it's gonna start happening more anyway. Because I notice personally, every time I post something, when I just go to the main feed, whether it's posts or videos or whatever, I see all of this stuff that I've posted and I say, oh, yeah, we starting to get some rhythm. They starting to show me my own stuff, which that didn't used to always happen. I post something, I never see my own stuff in the feed. I just see everybody else that I follow. And no, I'm starting to see my stuff. I said, okay, it's a new day. We on the verge. And I know what verge looks like when I see it, and I respect the process. See that we're on that part of the calculator. So let's go, man. That's all I can keep saying. Let's go. And I know this is going to change a lot, because the other thing that's going to happen with this is we're going to start, I've already had an average of 1 to 3 people subscribing every time I go live. But we're going to start doing 10 a day or more. Because with this post, I'm going to start relaying every cool video that I personally watch that fits in with ONYXCON in the post, in the community. You're going to see it. If you look over in post, which is community, you're going to see that. Like, there was a video I was watching a few weeks back about the history of house music, how it all started, and I mean true original deep house. A lot of people don't even know. They think of techno and all these other things that came later. Actually, none of that was before real true house. House started it. House really did start it when it was called house, original house, from black DJs, Latin DJs in Chicago. That's the beginning for real. That's the actual beginning. And when you see this documentary, they break all that down. They explain how when techno and all these other forms that are derivatives came out, because the music industry, as usual, wants to play this game of, well, what's the ones we can most understand what's going on and somehow get it to suburban white communities and push it to where we'll have an ocean of kids at an event that looks like Woodstock. And that's what they did. They marketed it until they got it to that point. And this documentary explains everything I'm saying. I'm not making none of this up. It's historical. They showing you the photos. They showing you the album. They showing you the DJs that were behind the movement. They just giving you the actual testimonies of how it happened. I'm going to repost the hell out of that in post. I want y'all to see that. And it's already, if you just can't wait for me to post it, you can go over to, we have again, I always tell y'all, within those folders, you find tons of original content and stuff that fits into each of the folders. So I have a lot of house music that I put over in there, but I also put documentaries like that in this one that just says Deep House. And I spelled it D-E-E-E, like deep house. All right, and it's got a little, I don't know if that shows up on your phone or TV, but it's got the little house emoji. But yeah, go to that one, check that out for some good music and some good history. But the same is true for across the board. You like, different types of hip hop. I got one photo that's just like hip hop in general, no matter what coast, no matter what region, no matter where in the world. Then I got other ones that are sectioned where if you just want a really good West Coast playlist, I got you all up and down the whole West Coast, all of California, even Seattle, certain mix a lot. What's up? I got all of that in there, right? Then I got Dirty South, so that's not just Atlanta, that's everybody. I'm talking about all the southern states, all the way over to Texas, back up to like Virginia. We covering it all. So everybody who borders the state of Georgia and even to the left of us, you feel me, is in that playlist. Excuse me. And it's ever growing. It's ever growing. It's always growing. It's always expanding. I'm always finding something else that fits into the folder and I'm putting it in there. So, and even that, I'm gonna start doing posts like that. Like whenever I come across a really cool music video I don't want y'all to miss, that I watch, and I'm like, this is ONYXCON. Cause like literally ONYXCON is a vibe. And when I see it, I'm like, that's us. And that's not, maybe, for sure, you know. And when it's for sure, I'm reposting. It's gonna go in a folder, it's gonna be posted, something. And that's how we're gonna build this community like never before, because now I realize I can do very successfully the content curation that we got known for years over on Instagram, even up to now. But the reason why we got 17,000 plus followers that need to be subscribers, that's a whole nother conversation. What's up? I see you, you know. And by the way, y'all, when y'all ought to know the rule by now, you know, I got my phone on a device and everything, so I can't be really looking at the phone until I get to a stop sign or something like that. So if you're talking and I'm not just ignoring you, but this ain't that kind of live, you know what I'm saying? I gotta pay attention. But what's up? I see you. So anyway, you know, we're doing this thing, man, where it's gonna be a little bit like Instagram over here, and at the same time a little bit like, a lot like what it already is, because I realized that's how you want us to use it. And I said, oh, they smart, man. That's no wonder why YouTube's so huge now, because like I say, I did not realize you could use posts that way, that you can open it up to the community, because then that allows people to pretty much suggest content, which is what I got a couple of friends that I trust, and they do that for me over on Instagram, right? And so I do the same thing with them basically through post here. It's like if somebody suggests something, you know, I look at it in private. It don't just immediately post. I gotta check it out and make sure it works. And if I like it, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's us. That's what we about. That's one of our elements. Bam, repost. And then it's serving everybody, because everybody, and then, you know, the great thing about these kind of reposts is it's already connected to everybody's captions and everybody's name, and I only have to worry about writing that in or any, which is already, you know, like when you do it on Instagram, you use a repost tool, you gotta physically go grab, and I do this for every single post. I will grab all of the caption and repost that, give credit to the original person. I make sure I always give credit like that. Everybody don't do that. But I'm like, what's the whole damn point of you saying you support artists and you don't put their name and say this is who freaking did it, right? So anyway, we do that every time. But the benefit of this, like I say, it's already built in. I don't even have to go through the headache of doing that. It's gonna be every time I see a post that y'all suggest, I'll see it behind the scenes in YouTube Studio. I'll make a decision whether or not it fits or not. And I'll say this too for some stuff, because once we get open the floodgates, which is now, it's already open, you can do it now. You can post, you know, send us posts that you want to suggest, that you think would fit here, that are cool. And they'll become part of, you know, the content in the archives. They will be in the playlist. They will be stuff that people can go check out. But I also want you to know, once the gates really open, it might get so flooded, I don't always have time to go through it daily, or even when I do. Like if I can imagine if it really gets cooking, man, I can have like 100 posts to go through. And if they videos, I mean, depending on the length of each video, I mean, it ain't like I'm about to sit there and watch 100 videos. Then it becomes a real, just genuine skim through. Is everything looking right? Can I trust that this is okay? This is gonna fit what we about? All right, cool. But I'm telling you right now, if your stuff is some real obscure, because there's a lot of obscure weirdos out here on YouTube. I've come to see that with some people, like I said, with my zero tolerance of trolls, when I have looked up, see, fools don't realize, they be playing. If your name is 0283345, whatever number K, screenshot, mother sucker, I'm looking you up. And if I go there and you ain't got nothing, or you got that one weird video and you ain't got no followers and everything, whatever I can get off of you, I'm getting. And the biggest dummies are the ones that actually have names and stuff. You can go find them. You've been on, look them up. You ain't got their Facebook. Y'all, I don't know why people live dangerously. It really ain't cool. But it's like, I ain't got time to play with you, but I ain't gonna let you be no threat at the same time. I take fools serious is my point. Maybe that may be a problem, but there's just too much going on in the world. and I refuse to be a victim. So if I think somebody's a threat, I don't care. It could be somebody goofing out. I don't care. I see if you being disrespectful, you a threat, and that's how I'm gonna treat you. Period. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care nothing. It don't matter, because one thing leads to the next, and we ain't getting that far. That's why I cut them off. I watch other people's feeds, and they be talking to them and going back and forth. I'm like, the hell you still talking to that for? Block, man. The button is real. The button is real. Block in real life, blocking, blocked. Block. Block. It's real. You know? And so, yeah. So that's just letting you know. I gotta reiterate that a little bit. Not because I want to, because I feel like, in this environment of digital nonsense, you gotta let folk know. This ain't the average page where we playing, man. We didn't make it this far for nothing. We don't know the people I know. Have y'all seen that page that I showed, video post that I just put up? And I've done that before. I've done that in videos, but I dedicated a recent video just reminiscing. And not, like I say, if you've been following me, you've seen all this before. It's nothing new. Right on time. Oh, I love when stuff like that happens. Y'all heard the train? That's right. We coming. ONYXCON, y'all. But I did this post in honor of, my years in the film business. And it's just a taste. There's so many other pictures I could share. Me with various celebrities I've had the pleasure of meeting and everything like that, from sets I've worked on, whether it be an actor or crew work I did, all that kind of cool stuff, right? And I haven't had the opportunity to, I really want to go back and just get all of them and maybe do a series like that video. But if I get time, I'll make even more though if y'all start showing response. Because right now the numbers are... Oh, we all wow. Okay, now we back, y'all. Finally, we got some signal up in here. Oh, man, let me see. All right. So, I just lifted a whole bunch of stuff. And the weather's still weird out here, too. It's like cool, but kind of warm. It's 73, but it's like, this is that real, you better be in the best health weather, because it'll get you jacked up. It feels like fall, but it ain't truly there yet. And it's kind of cool. It's overcast. There's precipitation in the air. It's like damp air. Yet it's still warm enough for you to get a little bit of a sweat. And then you go in these buildings, they got the air conditioning blasting, so you better have you a little light jacket like I always bring. Oh, man. But anyway, as I was mainly talking to y'all about, we got this new thing we're going to be starting to do where we're going to be using posts regularly. You're going to see a lot more posts from me. I'm going to be reposting about all kind of cool films and music videos, films, you name it. And some of the stuff is stuff I've already archived in various folders for you to check out, but it's gonna bring it to your attention because the way the algorithm works, I notice posts do get seen. If you're actually a subscriber of the channel, you're gonna see our posts. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be, so there's another reason to subscribe, because you ain't even gonna really see them unless you're subscribed. Y'all one of them folk, the 90 percentile that come looking at everything and won't subscribe. Well, the joke's on you, because I see that some of y'all are return visitors, but you still ain't a subscriber. It's crazy. Like, you keep coming back, but you ain't subscribed. That's weird. But I need to stop asking for that. I'm looking at the number thinking that that's who I want. It's probably who I don't want no way, because that's troll type behavior and we don't want it. So if you're a real human being and you real cool and you like cool content, you're more than welcome here. We're looking forward to seeing you as a subscriber. And then even if you have a business or you got cool videos of your own, like, you cover the kind of stuff we cover. You cover toys, you cover gaming, you cover vlogging, especially my travelers. Holla, come on now. Post, because I'm going to be posting y'all. If I like your stuff, I'm going to be posting it. You feel me? Early alert to all my people that I've always liked. Y'all going to get y'all stuff posted. Prioritize. Because I already enjoy it and I want more people to see it so we can build it. This is what the word community really means. Like, if y'all see me do that for you, do it for me. I repost your stuff, you repost mine. You know, if you're at the place where you can have that, because I don't know if you have to have a certain number to even have the ability to do. I think you have to have a certain number to even be able to do post, whatever it is. I don't know. It's, you know, it's all these damn rules. Some of them are ridiculous and just get in the way of progress, and others make sense. So we shall see. But that's what I want y'all to know. I want y'all to mainly know that's coming. Be on the lookout. It's already happening. Shout out to my homeboy Diallo Riddle, for real, true ATLian. We grew up together. That's my dude for life right there. That's the homie. And he has a show that is executive produced by Kevin Hart on the iHeart Network. It's called One Song. If you've never seen it, him and his co-host, or should I say they're both the hosts. There's really no co. They're both like equal as hosts. The guy go by Luxury, and the two of them talk about music, and they will dissect a famous song, but also talk about the whole catalog of an artist. And a lot of the times they actually get the actual guest to come on. And the latest one that I watched that was so amazing was Lil Jon, straight from the ATL, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, that Lil Jon, yeah. And he's breaking down some stuff on there, y'all. He's talking about everything that led to some of his greatest tracks and some of the people he worked with and tracks he worked on that I didn't even realize he did. Like, I didn't know that Lil Jon did Tell Me When to Go, Tell Me When to Go, E40, Tell Me When to Go, Tell Me When to Go, dum, 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 dum. The hyphy joint, I was like, are you kidding me? No wonder why I love that track so much. Like, first time I heard it, I was on it. And it's the rhythm, and I always say the Bay has a lot in common with the South in energy, the kind of bops that they do coming out of there. And the same could be true of some artists out of LA that are in touch with their Southern roots, because everybody in LA, you know, black folk in LA definitely have Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, all the way back over to Georgia roots. You know what I'm saying? Especially Louisiana and Texas and Arkansas. Like, all of that right there, that's definitely a lot of folk linked to that, big time. So, you know, when they're in tune with that, you hear it in the music, because they're going to have that Southern, you know, soul, funk, jazz, all the rhythm and blues, you're going to hear that. It's going to be in the way the music is made, the Southern church traditions. All that's going to be in the music. And it's just got a certain bop to it that's unmistakable. So they break all that down. I mean, Lil Jon got into how he uses European classical stuff, you know, cello sounds and all that. And I said, man, this dude's a genius, man. I didn't even realize I knew he was amazing, but I didn't realize he had done some stuff he had done and worked with some of the people he had worked with. But this interview tells you a lot of that. So if you ain't added that to your podcast list, please do. Check out One Song, and we out. Peace.